Partial pay is basically this. You do the financial analysis, and then you see, okay, here's my revenue, minus my allowable expenses. With the partial pay, they're going to be much less flexible on your expenses. You subtract your allowable expenses. Here's my monthly amount of disposable income each month. And you take your equity and assets plus that disposable income. That's what I can pay each month. And that's what the IRS will require you to pay. And you pay it until the CSED runs out. And you're not going to full pay it. That's why it's a partial pay. But it goes for the full gamut of the collection statute. I have a client where I did the financial analysis, the RCP analysis, and technically they would qualify for an offer in compromise on 2 of the 8 years that have a balance. But a partial pay installment agreement would actually pay the government more than what they would get paid under an offer. And so the government would most likely deny the offer and say, do a partial pay because it's not in the best interest of the government to accept the offer if a partial pay could yield them more money. They're still not full pay, but the partial pay is an option against, in that particular case, against an offer in compromise. But it's a great way to get somebody into an installment agreement because people think, oh my God, I owe $200,000. I can't pay the $18,000 a month. I'm making that number up. I can only pay $1,000 a month. Okay, they'll take that and you'll pay that until the statute runs out and then they'll write off the rest.
Partial pay installment agreements is kind of like a backdoor into an offer because at the end of the day, you're going to be settled. It could be revisited in the future if you're making a lot more money. So assuming you're at the same income level as when they agree to it, it's a backdoor into an offer. It could be a really good deal. My problem as a practitioner is these things take a long, long time, especially for the high value taxpayers, anywhere between $150 to $250. I'm dealing with the IRS ACS special procedures, and I find every month I'm calling them up. I'm talking to an agent, and then they go, okay, I see what you provided. My manager has reviewed this. We now want X, Y, and Z. I provide X, Y, Z. They go, okay, now we want A, B, C. I thought I could get it done 2 to 3 months. It's been a year.
They're taking a long time. It would be really nice if we, as practitioners, had one person to talk to that. Unfortunately, what happens is we talk to that one person, and then when you call back in, somebody else has to look at the case, and they're like, oh, okay, now we need X, Y, Z. Because somebody else is always looking at something different. People think that we have this magic ball and we can just pick up the phone and instantly get something resolved. I had somebody ask me that last week. You can get this done next week, right? And I'm like, no, we're not going to get anything done in a week.
But the bottom line is for our audience, these IRS installment agreements, IRS payment plans, they work.